It's gonna make a mess. I really should move this hanger. When all else fails. What's up? Don't know who's in here. I don't know why my Facebook doesn't tell me who's in here, but hello, hello. Trying to build some more wire. This is some 1/2" flex. Figure might as well share. I'm doing it. Ain't much to it for me, but you guys get to watch. What's up, man? Working on some coax. Got some. Got a couple more to get out. I got I think 2 more in front of you, Keith, but it's coming along. I've been having some bad weather and all this protesting crap doesn't help nothing. They didn't give us any curfews or anything like that, but about 20 miles up from us they got an early curfew, so thank God I got a dedicated place to do this. Hello, needle bender, waving a hand. Alright, so 7. Alright, pretty much at this ridge. I finally gave up and decided to go ahead and get a Dremel. I mean, I can clean it, so it's really no big deal for me. But anybody who ever does this, it's better if you can find some way to strip the shield without a Dremel. Just because Dremel leaves shavings, and if you're not careful, you can seriously derate the power handling of your wire. So, just a forewarning. So, I do these for like a little, hang on a second. Sorry about the noise, guys. Just building some coax. Figured I'd share. You guys can watch as I'm doing it. Let me tidy that up. I got something else? Yes, I do. Milwaukee. What's up, Stone Cold? Waving a hand. I don't know if anybody else waved in between that, but I apologize if I didn't. I'll give you a shout out. It's just a little coax building tutorial. You can feel free to watch, copy, build. Don't make no difference to me. I do offer building this coax for customers, but I really don't mind if the customer chooses to build on their own. And besides, neat little thing to watch on camera. I've done it a lot, so it's not extremely interesting to me, but who knows? Somebody might find it interesting. What I'm doing is cutting back the shield of this. I'm putting a got a few in here. I guess you guys were bored or interested. Well, hello everybody. I'm just building some. This is 1/2 inch flex right here. This wire is good for, I would say, 12,000 peak or so, and about 4,000 to 5,000 average. Today I'm going to be doing a 90 degree DIN connector. 7/16 DIN is the next size up from a PL259. Might as well show everybody. This is a 1/2 inch flex too. This is another one for another customer. That's a PL259, believe it or not. Much bigger than one of these right here, Amphenol. Just for size comparison. The end's the same, it's just a bit bigger. What I'm doing now is doing the DINs, because DIN works for actually a lot of builders now. There's Shockwave Antenna, he's doing the DIN connectors. 05, he's doing the DIN connectors. And even Danny mentioned some of the DIN connectors. I like them because they're high power handling, and most people who are trying to run this type of wire are trying to run some big wire, some above legal limit output. But needless to say, this is just a building tutorial. Go and watch whatever you want to see. What I'm doing is building a DIN connector, like I said. That's an Andrews DIN. Kind of let y'all, maybe if y'all can see it a little bit better. But let me finish. I don't have to cut again, so pardon the noise. Y'all can feel free to watch. Anybody who does this, be careful not to get shavings inside your foam. You don't have to have big tools or anything like that to work with this stuff. I've put out a few videos where I literally just used a pair of strippers. So, ain't that special or difficult. Anybody got any questions, feel free to ask. I will try to read them. Hello to... Well, what's up, Lou? One of these is yours, actually. Ta-da! Gotta do some, I've got some, spades, some... Having a brain fart. Whatever. I got some terminals built up, for some split leads, for some direct feed connection for guys. As of right now, I am putting on a DIN connector. If you're interested in anything going fast, this is not one of those things. It takes maybe about 10 minutes or so to do a connector. As long as you got the patience, you can do it. It's not very troublesome. And I can even provide a little instruction manual. I have these ends. I have a lot of DIN ends. So I'm going to clean this real quick. See, this is a quick way to clean out your foam. There's a bunch of shavings in there, and what I did was just a nice little wire brush and cleaned it all out. This is a different type of connector. Not all connectors are this easy. Like that brass one I just showed is much harder than this one. But just so you know, it's gives you something. Alright, where's my goop? Gobbledygook. There it is. It's just some adhesive. Don't matter what you use. You can use anything that lets it slide. This allows me to put this on here without ripping it. Just a rubber seal, keeps water out of your connection. You ain't got to worry about your wire for a long period of time. Alright. Well, I guess I didn't see anybody ask any questions, but if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask while I'm doing this. This is not, like I said, there's not a bunch to it. It's just a matter of just having it, knowing what part to order, and doing it. And I can provide the part to order because I've got them in stock. But then again, at the same time, I still do it for customers too. You can do it. I know what I'm about to do. This is, like I said, to anybody new watching, this is 1/2 inch flex. This wire can flex a heck of a lot more than any other hard style wire. It's also, aha, there we go, now I got it sliding. Do some more. This is a DIN connector. I'm doing a split feed and a DIN on this one. I'm doing another one with a UHF and a split feed. And then I'm doing some more neat little stuff. This stuff I love. This is actually the smallest heliax you'll ever see. And regular TL259. Stuff's cool as crap. I'm actually almost sold out of it now. I shouldn't be showing people that. It's really nice, just because how much power it can handle. I mean, there's not many wires that size that can handle 4,000 or 5,000 watts and still be that small. But I guess y'all ain't asking any questions, so y'all feel free to just keep watching. Alright. Got my handy dandy little multi wrench. If y'all hear something fall, it's because I got a bunch of stuff on my bench. I don't know if I'm gonna bump it over or not. This is what size are you? Ah, just enough. Here's a little multi-tool ratchet and wrench. I use them at work. They're cool. Aha! Almost forgot something. Now, I would normally be able to ratchet with my wrenches, but I'm using these out of size spec. This is bigger than 25/32. There you go, 1/2 inch DIN right there. That's an Andrews connector there. Alright. Alright, there's your 1/2 inch DIN protected. This is this heat shrink's got glue in it, so it just keeps it from anything from breaking in that connection. It's 90-degree DIN connector. Alright, there's that one. I suppose while y'all are here, y'all can watch a little white Superflex. Might as well, just because it's sitting right here. This one right here, I really kind of just don't use the Dremel because there's not much need, and also I have to worry about the foam getting contaminants in it, so it's easy enough for me to deal with. Alright, so told you, it's not even the right tool for the job, but it works just fine for me. It's got enough bite to eat into the copper and pull it off. Then do the jacket. Now, I guess it probably wouldn't be as easy for other people. So let me kind of rephrase what I was saying. That's what I choose to use. Someone else may use something else. Did you? What's up, Casey? Waving a hand. I don't know if you took off or if you're still in here, but waving a hand, Mr. Rambo. All right. Ta-da. So here's where the trusty soldering iron comes in. Now you can use, believe it or not, you can kind of get by with a lot more than you think. I mean, even Radio Shack's got a little butane soldering iron you can get, and then Weller's got several plug-in-the-wall ones that are not as crazy as this one right here. So you can go with whatever you want. What's up, honey? If I missed anybody else who's waving at me, I'm waving back. I'm not doing too much looking. What I'm doing right here is just bonding the shield. This is actually a solder connection. I'm doing this one this way because this is technically not the connector this was designed for, but in the application that I'm setting these people up with, I mean for jumpers and stuff, it's pretty darn perfect, I think, at least, to be able to use a regular PL259 Amphenol connector. Don't have to worry about whether or not you got this fancy connector, this fancy crimper, or anything like that. It's pretty nice. I'm confident in the way it sets up. So this is just a little jumper. This is actually going to Hawaii, is what this one's going to. So the other one over there, I don't remember where my other friend's from. He's hanging out. He can say hello if he wants, but I won't say exact. I don't know his location, so I won't say his name. All right. I got a guy trying to buy me out of the last of my Flex. I don't know if he popped in the room or not, but if he buys that, that will be the last of this stuff. But I may have some more soon. I just got to make another run, pick up some more supplies. This right here is just bonded the whole piece. That's of course hot, but it's, I mean, I've touched hot stuff for a good portion of my life, so not too much trouble for me. Don't do that yourself. I mean, you might be squalling. Here is some Heatshrink. I gotta find some. Y'all really gonna hear some stuff falling in just a minute. I'll be digging like this. Alright. There we go. Got some cutters. It's just Heatshrink. I mean, it's nothing special to it. It's just Heatshrink. Well, I need some scissors, and I don't have any. That was good enough. Not too bad. Not as clean as a piece as I would have liked, but definitely acceptable. It's just heat shrink just to protect this, and I can't use that. That's what happens when you got tools everywhere. Ah, that's something. Old rusty needle nose. Don't matter what it is. I've got a bunch more needle nose. I'm just grabbing what's on hand. And anybody who watches close enough, like I'd said in previous videos, I mean, you can literally build this yourself. So feel free. It don't hurt my feelings none. Like I said earlier, sell it in a. It's all on video. If y'all haven't seen, I'm sitting on a makeshift spool. It's the only thing that gets me tall enough for my old transmission bench. Alright, this is pretty much how you do it. Shield's already done. Same concept as the other. Bottom stays still, top moves. Any pair of pliers will do it. Lock it down so you got your shield actually making good contact. And then solder your center pin. That has got you a bonded Superflex. This one, like I said, to go in Hawaii. The other piece of it is also going to Hawaii. Same customer. He's just kind of doing new wire on a station from stem to stern, setting it up what I would believe would be the right way. Copy the eating food without me. That's alright, I'm good. I already ate. Thank you, Big Mike. Waving a hand. Alright. Now, of course, I do some heat shrink, but there you go. 1/4 inch Superflex right there. My heat shrink, I'm going to slide from the other end. I gotta unhook the wire. There we go. And this wire is fairly flexible, so you kind of got an idea how much it spins. It's corrugated copper, but it can flex and move and do what it needs to do. So, nice to have something high powered that can still flex around. You try to do that with my 7/8 or 1 5/8, you'd be sorely mistaken. You'd be making 3-foot loops. Got some more heat shrink to stretch. I'm just doing some heat shrink around the outside of it. Same thing as before, just sealing it off, just making sure it really just has the opportunity to last as long as it can. Even though these are indoor jumpers and used in a I'm really hurting not having a. There we go. Not having a pair of scissors. This is just a 1/4 inch Superflex right here. This is jumpers for whoever builds it or whoever runs it. Let's see if I stretched enough. If not, I'll have to go back down. I did. And that's why I don't use a regular lighter. I got a little fan going. Hopefully it's not messing up with the audio too much for the video. But this is a little overkill, but whatever. And there you go. That's what needs to go on this other one over here. I forgot to put the heat shrink on that other one that I showed you. But that's 1/4 inch. I suppose if y'all want to put out a vote, y'all can comment, say whatever y'all want to see. I can either do another one of these 1/4 inch Superflex ends because I need to do the other end, or I can go ahead and start and do what's called a split feed, which is a direct feed or gamma match, beta match, pretty much anything you need for that kind of setup on a beam or a ground plane. So if y'all like to see that, I can stop what I'm doing and do that, or y'all can just say another end, and I'll do another one of these ends. If y'all don't comment, I'll just keep doing this other end. So let me know. I don't mind swapping. I've got to do it all anyway. Forget this time. If you guys can hear me, let me know. I mean, tell me something one way or the other. Just give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me. I suppose that's a good way for me to know that somebody's actually able to hear me pretty well. If I need to move this closer, then I'll move it closer. Alright, well, I guess, oh, there we go. I guess it's just running late on the feed or something. Well, I'm just going to finish this up. It won't take but a minute to finish this one anyway, so I might as well. If you guys say split the split feed, I'll stop what I'm doing and go ahead and go to the split feed. Give y'all something to see. This is for anybody who's new, who's joined. It looks like we've dropped and gained and dropped and gained, so I figure I'll tell you, whoever's watching. This is 1/4 inch Superflex. This wire is good for a pretty good amount of power, about 4,000 to 5,000 peak or so. I'm putting just regular PL259s on it, and that's actually pretty dang awesome for a wire that does that kind of power. Now, of course, you run close to the limits of what a PL259 can handle, so you got to be mindful of that. There's some guys who run some big power on PL259s, but would not suggest it. You can get away with a lot more than I quote, but I don't want to be the one responsible for a connection failing. So this is going to Hawaii. The other one's going, the other one that I showed y'all earlier, it's a 1/2 inch Superflex with a UHF end, and it's going to the States. I don't remember exactly where. Didn't even do that. He's son of a gun. Got it. Alright, good to know the audio's working. It just looks like we no, it's not a 6-foot jumper. This is I guess I'll get a little technical while I'm working. Anybody who follows this formula, they can kind of go back and do it themselves, but I'm going to try to help break it down. Speed of light is 299,792,458 meters per second, I think. You'll have to look it up and Google it for yourself. Don't be going by the 300 million meters per second that everybody says. It's actually a number. It's not a rounded number. The reason that you need to know the speed of light that is the speed of electromagnetic waves. Light is in the electromagnetic spectrum, so that's why it's called the speed of light. So RF travels at the speed of light in a vacuum. So where you need to know more numbers is we operate at specific frequencies, so that makes our electrical wavelengths different. So how you figure out your electrical wavelength is you divide the speed of light by the frequency that you want to operate at. If you can go down to specific frequency, but you can't, for the most part, you can go to the center of the band. It's going to be like a 1/4 of an inch difference between one and the other. So you say we do 27,205. So you go 27,205,000 hertz. And you take that number and divide it by 300 million meters per second. So 300 million meters per second divided by 27,205,000 hertz. So at that point you will get a number, and that number is going to be 11.08 something. That number is going to be that would be 11.08 something. That's what's going to be your full wavelength at a given frequency, and the frequency that you just divided into. Now that doesn't help many people, because people well, not everybody, I guess. We talk on the 11 meter band, so 11.08 is exactly why it's 11 meters. So that's what a full wavelength is at our frequency. What you have to do from there is convert meters to feet. The conversion from meters to feet is 3.2808. It's not 3. Don't get confused with a yard. So you multiply 11 meters, or 11.08 meters, and you multiply that by 3.2808. You get 36.16 or 36.18 or 36.14. It depends on what frequency that you are using for your multiple. And that is what a full wavelength on the 11 meter band is in a vacuum. So you have to go a step further to go even more. One, we want a half wavelength, because that's the particular reason we're picking coax. You put coax 180 degrees out of phase, because it puts it in a null of the frequency. It's at the flat spot of the sine wave. So you got sine wave up, sine wave down, sine wave up, sine wave down. Same thing. You see it on any oscilloscope or any test equipment. Oh, oscilloscope for the most part. You see it on the oscilloscope, and you actually can see it. I mean, if you actually could visibly see the waveform, it's the same thing. So if you ever watch an old guitar or whatever video with them inside the guitar, you'll see when they flip a string, it's actually that hertz, or that frequency, makes a wave. So what you're doing is trying to get the null of it. That's I know I'm rambling on, but I'm trying to explain this, and people can go back and actually watch this later and kind of get it for themselves. So you take that half wavelength that you got, which is 36.16 or whatever it is, divided by 2. And that puts you at 18.08 or 18.06 or whatever, like I said, whatever frequency you're dividing it on is what gets you that number. And everybody's like, oh, 18-foot coax, I've heard that all my life. 18-foot coax is what I need to run. Well, 18-foot coax is a half wavelength, or excuse me, 18-foot is a half wavelength on the 11 meter band in space, not through a dielectric. So dielectric is your coax. My torch giving out on me. Dielectric is your coax that you're using. It's just whatever material it is, whether it's polyethylene, Teflon, PTFE, just pretty much whatever you're using. Don't get too complicated. I mean, it's called a dielectric constant. It's what allows you to figure out what speed you're going to go through it. But the word everybody hears is velocity factor. So velocity factor is the speed that RF can travel through a particular medium. Alright, see if I can plug this thing in since my battery's low. Like I said, velocity factor is the speed that RF can travel through a particular medium. So you take the velocity factor of your wire and you divide, or you multiply the percentage, or you can times point whatever the heck it is by that frequency, and that's how you figure out what velocity factor your specific coax is. So there y'all go. There's the whole tutorial on it. It's not, there's a lot of people trying to make it a big secret. A lot of people trying to make it more complicated than what it is. I mean, I guess it is somewhat complicated, but it's not too bad. That's the other 1/4" Superflex. Like I said, this one's going to Hawaii. I got to do his split feed next, I suppose. So y'all will see how to do direct feed connections. So let me get up and get this wire prepped. Oh no! That's what happens when you move stuff. Stuff falls. We're gonna have to work out our meter conversion again, because I have to cut this for this fella. So bear with me while I find what length he has. 470, so 470, and then we're dropping or we raising. $469, so we're dropping. So let's figure out some math. For those guys who don't know, I mean, it's not very hard. 50 divided by 3.2808. Well, y'all can't read it, it's backwards. 15.24 meters. So basically 15.25 meters is what I'm going to be taking off of this. That's 470. It's already almost a foot now, so that's going to be what I need. So 470 minus 15, so that's 460, 455. So I'm looking for 455. 454, 453, 455. That's what I need right there. Oh no. Ta-da! Extra jumper. Some weird noise. This is 1/4" Superflex, just to give you an idea how tight it will actually tighten. I mean, that's it pretty much. Tight as it'll go. You won't go much tighter than that. I don't think y'all can hear me from out here. There you go. All right. I'm gonna tidy up my little mess real quick. Y'all bear with me, and I'll start the split feed. Alright. Let me get some extra. Alright, here we go. Already got some of these terminals prepped. Y'all can kind of do whatever you want. You can even go as far as, no problem. You can go as far as using the shield out of other coaxes. I mean, it's really not too bad. This is just something I already had prepped. I'd already flattened them, soldered them, and crimped them. You don't have to crimp, you don't have to solder, you can do whatever you want. I would prefer, actually, let me correct that, I'm sorry. Solder always. Solder is your best electrical connection. Crimp is a good mechanical connection. So for those that say crimp, I would somewhat disagree in that. I mean, if, say, you're using a dissimilar metal, well, even then, I mean, I still wouldn't. So, you can use a combination. I mean, that's just kind of the best route to go about it, just doing both. It's really personal preference, whatever you want to do. Y'all are going to have to hear a little bit of noise because I got to strip this back real quick. So, bear with me as I do that. But feel free to ask any questions. don't really have much to talk about without rambling, so y'all give me something to focus on. Gotta find me a cutting wheel. Alright. Oh, and kind of the deeper part, I guess, you might get some guys that are going to get a little bit particular with me, so I guess I'll get particular with them. Really, if you want to get the most accurate measurement that you can possibly get out of every single coax, you need to measure not necessarily just each brand of coax, but each individual coax. You can actually measure velocity factor with an analyzer. For the most part, I mean, it's not really needed, especially if you use the same type of same equipment over and over again. There can be manufacturing defects in anything to make it change slightly, but for the most part, it's controlled by the dielectric itself. So the type of dielectric and the consistency of that dielectric is what controls velocity factor. Alright, so I suppose I will strip it first. Whatever, y'all can still see the corrugated copper. Oh, darn. There you go. That's what it looks like. Now here comes the noisy part. So, safety first. Let me move my soldering iron back over here. This is split feed, or otherwise known as direct feed. It's also used on gamma matches, on hairpins, and multiple other. Dang it. Butterfingers today. Just throwing away a shield piece. Try to keep my mess clean. This is used on any of those connections. It just allows you to kind of bypass the connector and just go to the limits of the wire itself. And also just allows you to connect to the connections that are there. I mean, not every situation offers a connector just to be able to screw into, so a little bit more complicated for the people who don't know much about it. Alright, so let's do this. Let's cut you a little shorter, you a little longer. Then we'll use you to wrap here, and then I'll put me down. So oh no! My little pieces. There we go. Missing 2 strands. This is, like I said, again, direct feed. Kind of do it however you want. There's a bunch of people out there who've I've seen do some really sketchy stuff. I've literally seen hose clamps, and even, I mean, not really my cup of tea for recommending, especially when you're doing stainless steel and copper. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been done. This is just a center feed, basically. I'm just going to solder it to the center conductor. Y'all want to see how to do it, just watch and you can do it yourself. Like I said, otherwise I would just be doing this anyway, so I figured I might as well share. You can watch as I'm doing it. Alright, doesn't look like anybody else had any questions, so y'all can just keep on watching, I guess. What I'm doing here is just trying to build some sort of form so this thing doesn't fall apart. Of course, you gotta watch temperature because this stuff is hot. This is a... Somebody told me I had good audio earlier, but I'm second guessing it because you guys are quiet. So, well, at least from what I've been seeing. This is a, like I said, split feed. Any more questions while I'm doing this? I can talk while I work. Feel free to ask. Kind of just spat that tidbit out on what coax length matters and stuff like that earlier, so I don't have a stand. Alright, let me prepare real quick. I need to do something. I'm stealing this. You can always do another one. May regret this later, but I don't regret it now. Alright, so put that on there before I forget. So, let's see what I can do here. Just trying to get it steady so I can do whatever I need to do with it. Again, this is a split feed. Alright, you guys are making this seem like a classroom. Say something. Ooh, see if I can do this left-handed. Nah, I cannot. I'll do this way. In case you guys didn't know. I'm just doing this because I'm picky. This is actually fine, but I really don't care. I'm not okay with fine. I want good. So that's why I'm doing this. There we go. It did what I wanted it to do. Ah ha ha, yeah, wire's cute. Ain't working on no big boy stuff today. Well, I would say this is a big boy for some. But when you compare it to the biggest I have, and that's when it gets a little scale kind of changes. This ain't your regular 213 right here. Well, hello, whoever's on here. If y'all want to say your name, say your handle, anything like that. I don't know who pops in and who pops out without y'all commenting. I can't see. I see 21 people in here. I don't see nobody commenting, so. Hello, hello to whoever's there. Be a neat little roll call. I got people from all over the country on my Facebook and on this page. There's a bit of a delay, so forgive me for if I don't see everything right away. You know, that's what I should do. No, I can't do that. Never mind. Alright, there we go. At least I got that started now. So now I need to start this. This is a split feed right here. This is the shield. I'm just bonding to the shield. You'll see if I heat this up good enough, you'll watch the solder just wick into it. So it's not as much about adding solder and doing everything else is just as far as knowing what the material is doing. Once the material hits a certain temperature, it'll start sucking the solder in. That's what the resin's for. Helps clean it and helps it bond. Y'all can kind of see it right there. Maybe it is a bit far away, so I suppose I'll scoot it closer the best I can so you can see what happens. There it goes. And if I add too much, you'll see a bubble on the bottom. Very little. I don't need extra solder, but I'm going to provide extra solder. For those that solder, know why. Those that don't, it helps spread heat out a lot faster. Ooh. Hot. That one's hot even for me. I want good separation from the center conductor, so that's why I'm doing this. Oh Lord. At least more than what the dielectric is. I can't break down the dielectric just because I did a poor split feed. Alright. Can't go too short. About halfway. Alright, we'll cut this little fan off real quick. It's nice to have, and you'll see some solder coming up, but my eyes are watering and I don't feel like dealing with it no more. Hang on a second. Hey, dude. Yeah, feel free to hang out. I don't really get what's going on here. I'm kind of confused, D-Real. You'll have to help me out. I don't know happening there. Sumo, I'm glad you like it. That's why I do it. If people like it, that's cool. I'll share it. If people don't like it, don't want to see it, I'll have to keep doing it because I'm still building it. But I'll just do it on my own time. So if y'all like it, feel free to let me know. That way I'm not feeling like these things are a waste and not doing them no more. All right. Alright, this gives enough separation for a split feed. It's kind of the concept. You'll see it before it's all tidied up, cleaned up, and all that mess. It's pretty much the concept. Alright, from here I have to heat shrink. I think the only thing I have in this size is going to be pink, I suppose. I got anything else in between? Maybe. Y'all about to hear some crashing. There it goes. Not bad. Nope. 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 Alright, whatever. I'll try to use this. See what happens. That's too hot. Nope. I don't see this happening. No. Nope. This customer. What's up, Hopper? I seen that one. I didn't see everybody else hop in, so hello. Actually, I guess I could wave at a few people. Hello, D-Rail. Hello, Hopper. Hello, my wife, and whoever else is in here. Waving a hand at all you guys. Nobody's saying anything, so I'm gonna have to say hello myself. All right, so. Or either I'm missing out on the comments somehow. This is that one. Oh, what's this one? A little bit longer. So right here. Having to improvise because I ain't got no scissors. And anybody who ever gets a split feed from me, the one that's on the outside is always the shield. There's not really much to it. You can kind of see for yourself, even if they're both pink. I like to do pink and black if I'm doing scenarios like this, but if I don't, then that's what I do. I'm just sealing up the connection with something that will bond and then we'll cover it. So we're gonna dig all the way down over here and grab this heat shrink. Alright, so I'm just ensuring separation because what I'm doing, I'm making sure it's at least a specific distance away, and I'm going to, let's just do this first. I got to do this. Ooh. Oh Lord, yeah, forgot something. What's up, 263? It'll light in a minute. Slow on butane. Or it's almost empty, let's say. Alright, that's enough. You can do it. No. Can't get it to light without a torch. Ha! Definitely not a heavy flame. It's definitely almost empty. But I got enough juice to close this thing up like I was trying to do. And I'm going to leave this on for a minute because I'm doing something else. It already comes with plenty of glue in it, but I'm doing something else. This is just to maintain a set spacing. Ta-da! So now, no matter what, this will never get closer than that, to that. No matter how hard I pull on it, no matter how hard the customer pulls on it, or anything like that. Alright, well, my butane's gone, so I ain't gonna be doing the second split feed tonight. This stuff is a little hotter than regular hot glue, so I'd rather not get my hand on it. It's not like your little hobby tool. Alright, split feed. There you go. Whoever asked anything, then I didn't see it, if there was. I'm pretty confused at some responses on here. Alright, that takes like a minute to set up, so it's just gonna have to sit there. You guys got any questions? Feel free to ask. I've got more to do, and I guess I will have to look at my thing real quick, to be honest. I need to do this. I'm waiting for this glue to dry, so it's not quite as bad as watching paint dry, but y'all can watch glue dry. Bear with me for a second, I gotta check on some links real quick. Gonna load. Y'all watch it. Y'all having fun watching glue dry? All right. Still not bonded, or still not completely I guess set is what you'd call it. But that's kind of the concept. This is center conductor, this is the outer conductor. He can split feed to whatever he wants, run whatever kind of power he wants, and there you go. That is complete. Both his coaxes are done. I've got to do a little bit more with him with a little bit of heat shrink, but he is pretty much complete. I gotta put some heat shrink on this. I'll have to stretch the crap out of it because what I did. And actually trying to knock my spider web out of here. Alright, so he has another wire right here that you guys got to see. 1/4 inch Superflex. I guess I'm going to probably kill this one. I may do another one afterwards. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll probably just cut it here so that people don't have to watch literally I don't know how long of a video, so we'll kill it right here. Catch you guys later. I will probably come back here in a little while once I figure out some links. I've got one other coax that I'm almost done with, but I just ran out of butane, and then I've got 2 more to do after that, and then I got a super cap to build and a few other things to do. I don't think I'll go live on the super cap. It's just, it takes too much time. It's not really one of those processes that you can kind of watch. It's it takes a while. So I'll catch you guys later. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all got to see some Superflex. Y'all got to see a split feed, and I'll show y'all one more for those that missed it. There we go. Cool. It's set up now. This is, I would call it a big boy coax. Not necessarily the biggest. There's definitely bigger. Let's just say big for any channel but 6. Maybe a little light for 11 too. And getting to be that way on 28. But this is definitely a huge upgrade. And this gets your name called on pretty much any channel. That's a 7/16 D-WiN connector right here. That's a split feed right there for a beam or whatever he wants to run. He changed both his jumpers up. He upgraded both of his jumpers, so basically he upgraded his whole station. So he's got his radio, his driver box, and his big box. I'll catch you guys later. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And I'll be back. See ya.